My special guest tonight is one of the great stars of classical music. He's the main reason 40 million children in China play the piano. He's Lang Lang. This is Masterclass. The story we have to tell you is by any standards a remarkable one. Basically, it's the fairy tale come true, the greatly gifted working class boy overcoming prejudice and jealousy to reach the pinnacle of his profession. Lang Lang is box office and as contrary to the popular image of the great concert pianist as can be imagined. He likes Gershwin and hip-hop, Frank Sinatra and Britney Spears, jazz and rap music. He's attracted a new audience to concert halls. The Financial Times said he's evangelical in his efforts to spread the popularity of classical music. Time magazine listed him among the top 100 most influential people in the world. But his is also the story of ambition becoming obsession and threatening the relationship between a boy and his father. Ladies and gentlemen, Lang Lang.
Looking good. So far.
Can we just fill in a bit about this remarkable, truly remarkable story of yours? I mean, first of all, how old were you when you discovered that you had a gift for playing piano?
I would say maybe at 5 years old.
5.
I gave the first recital, and I was awfully nervous the night before, so I went to 10 times into the toilet. But during the concert, I felt great, and I especially liked the lights on the stage. It's a bit like today, really warm, nice color.
And you're not shy, you liked it, it moved you, it made you confident. And,
absolutely.
And you found it all very agreeable. At the age of 5. I also actually found here in Lang Lang this book you wrote about 3 years ago.
Yes.
So it's a fascinating book. I found the schedule of the day when I think you must have been about 6 at school. You're practicing, apart from going to school, you're practicing 6 hours a day.
Sometimes, not every day.
Not every day. But it then said 6 hours and then homework as well.
Right.
At the age of 6. I mean, the point is the obsession for you, from behalf of your parents and yourself, to make the grade was extraordinary.
For me, I really wanted to become a pianist. Obviously, in the beginning, I don't really know what is, how to become a great pianist.
No.
But what I know is that I really love music, and I really like to achieve my dream.
Yes.
And I realized, plus I have a very father, so it helps sometimes.
Well, your father was more than pushy. He was, in a way, obsessed with making you number one. Let's talk about that number one concept, first of all, because it's interesting. In China, it's all about being number one, no matter what you are, isn't it?
I mean, of course, it's not for everybody, but in some of the, some people, obviously, that being the best is something very important. I mean, in sports, probably slightly different, but in music, later I went to America, I realized it's not that important as, every day to calling, oh, I want to be number one, because in art, the important thing is to really achieve your emotions rather than, I want to be number one.
But I mean, your parents were, your father particularly was driven by the ambition to make you the greatest, to actually see his son become a great pianist. And when you were, what, 9, you left home with this purpose in mind, to go to Beijing, to enter a competition there. What was it, 12 people to be chosen from 3,000 or something?
Right. I mean, I actually went to Beijing when I was 9 to preparing the audition to get to the Central Conservatory Elementary department.
Yes.
So basically, once you get into that that grade, fifth grade,
Yes.
you are actually starting to become a professional pianist. The training has become quite professional.
Now here we come to the one of the most extraordinary aspects of your life. You're only 9, and you have a tutor at the school called Professor Angry. We never learn her real name, who didn't like you. Now she told your father that in fact you're unteachable, that you're useless. Tell me then what happened with your father. What did he do?
No, I mean, my father was under very major pressure because he actually quit his job. So our life really depends on my mother's salary.
Your mother was at home,
yes,
earning the living, and then wanted to send you money for food.
Yes, exactly. And of course, we lived in the cheapest place and run down neighborhood to save money. So then we need to pay the teacher all the time for piano lessons, and she actually, she had some problem. I don't know what happened, but she just doesn't like what I do on the pianos, and then not only that, she actually said something really nasty after every lesson. Like she's like, "Oh, you don't play well. The way you play is kind of like potato fields or something. You're making cabbage or And she's even saying, "Oh, yeah, probably because you're from the north, and you have a good fields." And then one time, like she said to me, you play, you're really not talented, and I think that you should go home, forget about being a pianist, and just thinking about something else. Music's not your thing. So I got fired. So she said, no, I don't want to teach you anymore, and there's no future. You're wasting my time and your time. So I got kicked out.
You were 9.
Yeah.
Your father's reaction.
So I got fired, and I didn't want to practice anymore. So I was a bit of disappeared, from practicing. So then my father was waiting for me to come back to practice. So, and then I went to somewhere and I was playing football or something. So then after that, I was out for a few hours. Then my father waited for me, and then I think over that few hours, he's totally went wild, And then after I got back home, he said, there are a few things you should either you go home to the hometown, or you should just kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, and that was horrible, of course. And
he gave you
some pills. Yeah.
He gave you some pills.
Yeah, but I didn't need
to take them. No, you didn't. I know that. But it must have been. I mean, for a child, that must have been an awful experience.
It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I mean, the first year after I left my hometown, it was like really dark. It was everything went wrong. It just and yeah, it was a horrible time. But one thing I didn't really understand is that I gained so much weight, and that was the thing I never really got it. It was so it was so under pressure, and then I gained so and then my mom came later and she said, "Why you look like that?"
But I mean, you were in the end reconciled with your father, but for a while you wouldn't play at all. You just gave it up.
Yeah, for a while I actually hated piano. I thought maybe that's the reason I left my mom. I got kicked out by the teacher, and my father almost killed me. So I start blame on the piano for a while.
And